But look, ladies and gentlemen, you know what's going on. There he is. That's my guy, Will Kramer. It's your boy, Sean Spencer. And if you didn't already know, it's Dallas week. We want Dallas, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to tell you something. I know what the score says. Or not the score, but the records. They're 3-7. They're 3-7, right?
Yeah.
3-7. We're 7-4. Don't get fooled by that. These are still those type of games that you sit here and you just you grind your teeth together. You're ready, and especially for us because it's been since 2020 since we've been able to. No. Actually, correction, Sean. It's been with Sam Howell. Showed up and beat Dallas before they went to the playoffs. Let's go, Sam. Still my guy. Still my guy. But going into this one, obviously, Dak is out for the season. They don't have a run game. CD has been dealing with injuries. You know, everything in my mind wants to say, woof, blowout. Let's get rid of these guys. This is one of the easy games on our schedule. But this is always a game. And until we beat them, it's been a struggle each time we play these guys. When we're coming into this, what are your initial thoughts, man?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how we weren't ready to go play Philly. I can't wait to play Dallas this week. There's very few times that I'm all like, yes, it's Dallas week. I'm excited for this one, you know. I can think back. There's only a few times I can think back to the playoff run with Joe Gibbs the first time when Chris Cooley ran over Terrence Newman on his way to the end zone. I was at the game in 2007 when Clinton Portis ran into the end zone and then did his little, for Sean. And he did the flip into the end zone, and it was raining, and Todd Collins continued that run. And I was like, bring on Dallas. I'm not worried.
2-1.
That's right. Yeah. And then we had that fun Thanksgiving game in Ron's first time down in Dallas. That was a fun game. But I'm excited to bring on Dallas. Paul Slack said, hey, man, you could use your practice squad and beat the Cowboys this week. And I think that certainly could be true. Dallas, and it's because Dallas is a mess right now. I mean, Mike McCarthy is coaching his last games there. By the time we go down to Dallas, he may not be there. Or if it is, it's a sayonara game, So they are reeling. And they've gotten crushed by injuries this year. You said it. Dak is out. Their offensive line has had some injuries. DeMarcus Lawrence has been out. Micah Parsons has been out. So this is not the same roster as before. So I'm excited for this game because I'm ready to put a whooping on them boys.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Look, and to your point, their last 5 games, all losses. Lost to Houston, lost to Philly, lost to Atlanta, lost to San Fran, and got just mollywopped. Anthony, this is when you use the word mollywopped against Detroit 47-9 on Jerry's birthday, no less. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. We just clap for Detroit real quick. Shout out to y'all. Looks like it could be y'all season, man. We're going to see. But no, I'm right there with you, man. I mean, coming off the 2 games that we had against Pittsburgh, against Philly, who definitely we struggled with, to come into this game, and it's not a bye week, essentially. It's not we can just show up and we're going to win. But we know how injury riddled they are, to your point. We know they don't have a run game, which hopefully our defense can shut this thing down because old Grandpa Zeke over there ain't the Zeke that came into the league and gassed us when he first came in a couple years ago. You know what I mean? So in this game, honestly, this is one of those that you really get like, we should kill these guys. This shouldn't even be a matchup in this ball game, man. Should I be concerned? Should I be even the least bit worried that they'll get amped up and their fans will just have that? Because it doesn't matter what happens the rest of the season for these 2 teams. We go back to 1989. Jerry Jones' first year taking over. They lost 15 games. They won 1. Who would they beat? Washington. That kept us out of the playoffs. The 91 year, we were 11-0 at home. Dallas was able to beat us. So, albeit some of those teams, the 91 team, they were a little bit better, and we've seen what's happened in the playoffs and everything in the past. Should I be even a little bit worried about this?
Yeah, absolutely. Because you just said it. They've lost 5 in a row. What are the odds of losing 6 in a row? I mean, their season is going down the tubes, but 6 games in a row to lose is quite a lot. So yeah, I mean, there is a little bit of like, you got to be a little bit cautious of it. I still think the odds are in our favor, but without a doubt, I mean, like, you got to kind of see how the game starts off.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And look, let's talk the elephant in the room, Mr. Dakota Rain Prescott. Janae's she loves this guy, thinks he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Will not be in this game. And look, even if he was in this game, he had 11 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. So the guy wasn't looking that best. It's between Cooper Rush and Trey Lance. Janae already said in the comments, try out Trey Lance. What you got to lose? A lot of other people have said that Trey Lance has a little bit more speed with him. Last time we dominated them. We talked about that Thanksgiving game. They had another guy that has some orange hair, Mr. Andy Dalton. And remember, there's that play where Cole Holcomb runs right through the middle and just destroys him, and the Cowboys players weren't even picking him up or anything. Like, I look at both of those guys, and there's no part of me that has any fear in this. But I also look at the past in the great rivalry we had where Roger Staubach goes down and then Clint Longley comes in and beats us on Thanksgiving. So anything is possible. Who would you rather have play against us, or does it even matter?
Well, without a doubt, Trey Lance. I mean, he's on his second team. If he was worth anything, he would be pushing Cooper out the door. Yeah. He's not. So what does that tell you? I mean, in-house. They signed Dak to a huge deal at the end of training camp, right?
Yep.
Wasn't that? That means they had a whole training camp to see what is, do we have someone in-house here that might be able to take over? And then they gave Dak an extension. So I think the answer is no on Trey Lance. So I'd much rather play him. I feel like, didn't Cooper Rush play really well against us one game in the Ron Rivera? I feel like at one point he showed that he's more than capable of playing. So no, I'd much rather play Trey Lance.
Yes, me too. I am a little concerned that Trey Lance is far more mobile than Cooper. So we know the only thing that has really given us headaches on defense is running and running backs, but also mobile quarterbacks. And Jalen Hurts, I don't want to call Russell that, but Baker was able to get around him. Danny Dimes, who is not in the game this week. Tommy DeVito has got to start. Yeah. Tommy DeVito, what I mean? But we do have an issue with mobile quarterbacks, but they don't have a run game. Daddle's their number one guy. I'm not concerned. Maybe I'm just trying to reserve, excitement because I don't want to get overexcited and then have egg on my face. But at the same time, I'm kind of like you, man. Like, throw whoever in there. Like, I don't think you guys have it this year, and I'm so happy with that.
But we called this at the beginning of the season. We said that Dallas was going to finish in third place and be surprised with how bad they are. Injuries aside, we said it because of, look at their roster. Look what they had to do with their because of their cap issues. Derrick Henry wanted to go to Dallas, and they could not entertain bringing him in. So what did they have to do? They had to go bring back old guy, to come on back, Zeke, come on back and play for us. And then they elevate Rico Dowdle from South Carolina.
There you go.
And if that's your starting running back, like, not a good thing. Not a good thing. Like this, we knew this roster, the holes that they had, they didn't fix. And to make matters worse, they lost their coachings to Washington.
Yes.
The reason that Dallas was being so good was because on defense. And two of the main guys left town. And their defense sucks now.
Yeah.
We haven't turned in our own Deron Bland yet, the 5th round pick that turns into a Pro Bowler. They haven't gotten there yet. But you are certainly seeing that Dan Quinn is a whole lot better defensive coordinator than Mike Zimmer is.
Oh, yeah. And look, Janae has been, sitting here crying all year. I've been enjoying giving her a hard time about her Dallas Cowboys, but even she says it, you got these coaches in there that are, trying to do something, but you don't have the pieces. And also the elephant in the room, the elephant in Jerry's world is Jerry, and he still has control, and he's still, to your point, They have Derrick Henry that wants to come to Dallas, and they said, we don't have the money to get him, which is kind of like, you could have restructured some things if you wanted this man who already wanted to come there, but instead you go after Zeke and then bring your boy up. So part of me just thinks Jerry's kind of like, okay, I'm done with McCarthy. I'm done with 12-5. I'll tank 1 year to get Travis Hunter, Dion. What are these, something that's going to spark the team and bring them back next year. I almost think this year's a wash. He's just kind of like, hey, win or lose, I don't really care because we're going to figure something else out in the offseason.
Yeah. So, it's hard to argue against that.